let's try it again. That wasn't very good, was it? We're trying it on the 4G now. So we'll just wait. I know you just watched it again. I'm going to do it again right from the start. So sorry if it was blurry or you lost me. I'm not quite sure what's going on. I was saying earlier, we've had a big thunderstorm here today. The lightning and the thunder was unbelievable. So so I don't know whether it's still that. Anyway, I've got some visitors in, so we'll bring them through while we're waiting for people to come. We do. I saw Miss Martha. I have 3 beautiful granddaughters, as you know, and I babysat for Miss Martha last night, and I was staying the night, so I saw Miss Martha this morning. Here's the lovely Maisie there, and here we have Miss Betsy, who was asleep during the last video, so obviously she wanted to be awake. So Maisie's just going to be pushing her up and down the corridor. We have Ben monitoring it in the store, and we have Jay filming it. And I'm here at Art from the Heart. This is the Art from the Heart studio. So hopefully, have we got people coming back now?
Can't see comments yet, but we've got viewers. Yeah.
Wonderful. Hello. I'm not sure if we're trying it on the phone this time, so I'm not sure if we can see comments. So if
Could you let us know if it's clearer?
Yes, we need to know if it's clearer. It should be. Okay, so I shall go through again. I'll start. I'm having a bit of a hot flush because although we've had the thunderstorm, it's really humid. So I have, for the first time in the last, for 3 years I think it is, I have new colours out. So I have new colours of inks and I have new colours of paints. We'll start with the inks. They're exactly the same colours, but these are the inks. So we have Rose Quartz, we have Peony Blush, and we have Laid Back Lilac. So those are the 3 warms. Then in the cools, we have Vanilla Custard. Now this could easily be in the warms as well, but I've popped it in the cools. We have Mushy Peas, and we have Periwinkle Blue. And they are actually the colours of the labels, okay? So just let me show you some samples of them. So this one is done with, this is the, with this side here, so we have the Rose Quartz, we have the Peony Blush, and we have the Laid Back Lilac, and it's been ghosted and it's got the Rose Quartz on the top. This one is from this side, so we have the Vanilla Custard here, we have the Mushy Peas, and we have the Periwinkle Blue, and then we've got some of the Vanilla Custard on the top. And then here's one mixing the 2 together. So we have from this side, we have the Rose Quartz, from this side we have the Periwinkle Blue, and from this side we have the Laid Back Lilac. So you can see when people first were looking at the labels of this, and I know that I think Ranger were quite shocked when these were the colours that I wanted, because they were like, they're very pale. They're pale, but they're really, really nice. So, you know, look how strong they still are with those pale colours. So I think they're absolutely gorgeous. And even though they're pale, you can see how beautifully they ghost. So those are the 6 inks that we have there. So we also have 6 new paints. I was like, well, if I'm bringing inks out, I'm going to bring paints out. So again, look at them all together. Is that not just a yummy palette? It really is. Yes, people say, oh, it's not your colours. Well, they are my colours because I chose them. I think they're absolutely beautiful. And what I wanted was, if you just keep adding brights, everything just tends to look the same. So I wanted some really sort of neutral colours in there that would go for everything, but I didn't want the very pale pastel. So I've just got some beautiful colours. So again here, Rose Quartz, a lovely baby pink, and you see, and again they're in the normal, the beautiful, beautiful creamy paints, absolutely beautiful. We have the Peony Blush, and again in the warms we have Laid Back Lilac. Look at that, you could just dip your finger and eat it. And then on the cool side we have Vanilla Custard. Just looks like custard. Custard in England is a sauce. It's different to custard. And oh, this one isn't open. I know custard in America can sometimes be an ice cream. It can be like a gelato. Here we have the Mushy Peas. Mushy Peas is a delicacy in Yorkshire where I'm from. And then we also have the Periwinkle Blue. beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and they just go fabulous with all the other colours. And if I've taught you, you'll know I'll say start go light through, so these are great for doing the light. So we have 6 paints to go there with them as well. Okay, then we have, these are brand new, these are brand new out. We have the border stamp and stencil sets. I love borders, absolutely love them, and I did have some border stencils before, but I wanted some that really fitted on the large journals. So here they are. This one is brickwork. I'm not sure if you can see it through the packaging, but you get a stencil and then you also get the stamp to go over the top. Now these are not meant to fit flush. What happens, they're meant to be slightly offset. So you would take your blending tool, you would do the stencil, then you would add this on the top, and I'll show you in a minute a sample of it. So we have the brickwork, we have the cobwebs, and we have the leaves, and these fit the large journal. You can use them on anything, but they fit the large journal. And we also have them small, so these will fit the diary, they'll fit the square journal, they'll fit the small journal. So again, we have the leaves, we have the brickwork, and we have the cobwebs. And the idea is, you can see here, can you see where I've gone through the stencil? Now if you look at the stencil, it does actually say, can you see that? Front, because they do go a certain way. So if you're just using it as a stencil on its own, you can do whatever, but if you're using it with the stamp, you want to make sure there's front on there. So you can see I took the laid back lilac and I stenciled through, I moved it down, and then I took the stamp. Now what is the stamp on? Obviously this is a massive stamp, look at this. These are silicone, by the way, they're not polymer. These are silicone stamps. Look how soft and lovely these stamps are. So this is the new journal block, large journal block. There's also going to be the smaller one, you know, the smaller one that we all love. That's going to be just redesigned with these extra bits on. It's exactly the same shape. So this is a different shape, and it has on here a 12-inch ruler. It has little squares and oblongs, just mainly so you can doodle through. It has circles, but it's also got lines. Look, that's the halfway point, that's the, you know, quarter, halfway, etc. So you can put something in the middle on that line, and you can tell how, you know, you can center it really easy. So that's the journal block. And the trick with these stamps, when you first get them, when you peel them off, it can stretch them a little. So if you take it, lay it flat on your mat, and then take your block and put your block onto the stamp and lift it up, and it will be great, really good to use. I just wanted to show you as well here, this is, you can see the difference. So this is the journal block. You can see I was doing that last night while I was babysitting Martha. So this is just using that new journal block, the different shape on there. So that's using one of the that's using J, actually. J, you're on there, okay? So, and that's how you do it. Now, obviously they're called border stamps, but you can see here I've used it across the page, yeah? And then what I would do is I would just pick some images to go on there. So I'm just going to put them to one side. And then the last thing that we have today, last but not least, is the stamps. They're all in the wrong order now. So rubber stamps. Rubber has always been my love. But when you do really big stamps like this, it can get really expensive if you do it with rubber. But also, because I wanted to position those, you need to have those see-through so you can see where to put them. I forgot to say on these as well, you could use the stencil on its own, you can use the stamp on its own, or you can use the two together as they're designed. So here are the stamps. This is, I love this one, and I know I got a few funny looks when I submitted this. This one is called Fish Face. And remember, all my stamps come from collages that I make. So this was a collage I made on one of my alphabet cards. This one was as well, actually, and I just fell in love with them. So this one is called Fish Face. This one is called Plenty of Fish in the Sea. Now you might recognise some of these because they are on another little stamp plate, but they're a lot smaller. When I first started, we did smaller stamps and I wanted them bigger. So also there's a mermaid's tail. So with a little bit of a fishy theme going on there. This one is called Flights of Fancy, and you might not realise, but these are actually octopus tentacles. I really liked those, but I wanted them on separate. So we've got the tentacles here, we've got some feathers up the top, Then we have the little, it's not a butterfly, but you can make it into a butterfly, but I wanted separate wings. That would be too normal for me to do a butterfly, wouldn't it? And then we've got the little fellow in the middle. Then this one is Waddle Waddle. So again, this was another of my collages. This is a bird with the man's head. And remember, everything can be mixed and matched. I have 2 sets of legs and I have the flamingo head. I didn't want to do a flamingo body and you'll see why. And then I have the little bug here. This one, I just adore this one. You know my doodling. Look, it's doodled to death. This one's called Everything's Rosy. And we have the little roses down here. This is one stamp, but it can easily be cut into 2. We have these lovely doodled, large and small doodled flowers there. 2 simple flowers, and then we have some stalks. But you'll see where I use the tentacles as stalks. Then I also have the my wonderful sayings. What have we got this time? The only person I trust is me, and even that's iffy. I wish I was as thin as my patients. So those are the stamps, and you can see this is what I do. I stamp loads out. Look, this whole bag. And you see, I stamp them, stamp them, stamp them, stamp them. And then I actually sat watching Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children with Maisie on Monday morning, and that's when I cut a lot of these out. So I cut them all out. So then, when I get my background like so, I will go through and I'll maybe decide, what do I want? You know, I could do that, and I could put a flower up on here. So that's how I decide what I'm doing, whether you want a wing on the back of here. Can you see? So I just sort of play around with them. So it's much easier to have them cut out like this. Of course, they're stamped on my mixed media cardstock. I have this in packs, or you can just buy a big journal, tear all the pages out. That's what I do. I just use them all there. So there are the stamps. So let me show you quickly some samples. Now these are some J made. I'm going to go through these quick because we are going to put them up. But these are some J made using the new colours, okay? So this is black, can you see? Now even though these colours are still pale, pastels, look how they pop on black. Oh, Miss Betsy's in the corridor crying. So this is paint. This is paint on craft. Again, look how gorgeous it looks. Again, paint. Can you see the paint in the background? And you can see the flamingo is made with the feathers. And I love this one. She just mopped up leftover ink. Look at the background. She stamped the brickwork down, and then she's got the little person on there. And then these are all ready for me to colour. So we've got the leaves in the background, we've got the stamps on, we've got the little flower, and she's bleached it out, faux bleached it out. This is ink in the background. Can you see, I love this, where she's used the tentacle as the butterfly, and these are the eyes off one of the octopuses. So yeah, so we've got some here. Again, look at the beautiful colours of the paint. This is the ink, this is the paint. Again, on craft, look how gorgeous on craft. You can see the brickwork in the background. This is the ink. Love this. Look at the paint. Just look how gorgeous that paint is on there. And that's used on ink, and it's been ghosted, and we've put the colour back in. And then I have these, and these will all be on the blog in the next couple of days. So here we have the flamingo on the bird's body. We have here, this is the tentacle, can you see? And I've put the flower on top, so we've got the flowers there. Parts of the fish. Now, whenever I use part of it, you're guaranteed the other half will appear somewhere else. So look out for those. So we've got the fish. This was just cleaning up, using the blending tool with white on to make those circles. Again, here we've got the fish at the bottom with the flower and a little bug. That says, I'm working, please kindly go away. I say that a lot. Here we've just taken the bug and we've just put one of the wings on. So if I'd have done a butterfly, I don't think it would have been as versatile. I like to mix them all up. Again, these are all coloured in just with my inks. So he's got a little bug there. We've given the fish face. We've given him some wings on the back. Here again, look, we've used the tentacles in with the flowers. And 2 little, like, fireflies up the top. The fish, and I've given him actually a mermaid's tail. I thought, why not? Why can't fish be mermaids? So can you see here where I've used the end of a fish? I've probably used the front of a fish on something else, you see. So save all your bits. Again, another That says don't talk to me after my coffee either. It's a grumpy flamingo. But we've used the feathers there as the body. Again, another the fish face. Actually used them as proper tentacles this time. There you go. There's the other part of the fish. You know, the one I showed you earlier. Let me see. Oh, look at that. You see? I never throw anything away. I keep them and use the other bits on there. Those were the eyes that made that butterfly before as well. So again, if you ran like your mouth, you'd be in great shape. Again, look, parts of fish, different ones on there. The flowers with a little happy bug. He's got, look at that, he's got such a sweet little face. A flamingo using the wing. A flamingo using the flowers. Another one of the birds, the fish. This is clean up. So this is when I've cleaned up on a night doing this. So this is part of the mermaid bottom. That's the head from the chicken, from the bird stamp, some feathers, and a little octopus. Again, we've used them coming out here. Did you see actually in one of those that Jay did, where she actually used them here? Can you see? She's used them as a branch, and the bird is sat on a branch. So lots of ideas there. We've got loads more. I actually only got some of this stuff not too long ago, so we're making samples constantly. We're on the go. When we're not looking after babies, we're making samples. So I hope you enjoyed that. We haven't seen any comments, so I hope there's somebody there, and I hope you're having fun. And I'm sorry about the first video, but make me loads of comments. Let me know what you think of the colours, what you think of the stamps, etc. What do you think your favourite is? And keep an eye on the blog. Everything's on the blog at the moment. It's all done there. Keep an eye on that. And they release to get, now remember, they release today. But, oh, here we come. Here's Miss Betsy. So, although these release today, they are not in stores today. They release, they will be shipping. So the stores should have them next week, okay? So everything that you see here, the stores should have next week. Don't go into your store and ask for them now because they won't be there. They've got to ship from Ranger make them. They've got to ship from there to the distributors, to the stores, and then you'll be able to get them, okay? So, and we'll have them in England next week as well. They'll be here as well. So some stores do pre-order. I have this thing about pre-order. People ask me about, people moan sometimes to say, oh, I paid 3 months ago and I haven't got it. I haven't got your money, it's the store. So go with a store that you know when they do a pre-order that you know that it's good, okay? And you know it'll come. And I hope you enjoy. So, and I'll see you again in 2 weeks because I've got a little bit extra coming in 2 weeks. Shh, brownie promise, don't tell.